Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to discuss a cured case of PCOS, or you can say PCOD. That simply means polycystic ovarian syndrome, or you can say polycystic ovarian disease. So on 5th of July 2019, a 28-year-old female who was suffering from PCOD since 7 or 8 years, she came to me for the treatment of PCOD, and her presenting complaints were she was having weakness in her internal organs and she usually faint, and she was also having headache in the supraorbital region, and she used to do a lot of overthinking, and her hormones were imbalanced, and she was also having constipation since 2 years. And when we did the physical examination, then we found she was having hirsutism. That simply means she was having facial hairs on her face, and there were also the extra hairs over the chin area. And her weight was 63 kg that time, and her hemoglobin was 10. That was very less. That means she was anemic. And she was also having body pains in the back as well as in the leg area, and because of the body pains she feel internally weak. So these were the presenting complaints of the patient when she came to me for PCOD treatment. Now next we will talk about the generalities of the patient. So first of all, we'll talk about the perspiration. So if we talk about the perspiration, so she was having sweat in the toes area, in the both toes, and it was profuse, it was very offensive, and she was also having sweat in underarm area in both the axillas. And if we talk about the desires, so patient likes to eat spicy food a lot, and she was having strong aversion to sweets, and her appetite was increased, and she was having burning in the urine due to infection in the urine, that is UTI. And if we talk about the sleep cycle of the patient, so that was highly disturbed, and patient fell asleep at 11 p.m. and the position of the sleep was on the left side. She used to bend her legs. And if we talk about the thermal, so this patient was highly a hot patient. And if we talk about the dreams, so she told me that she used to see big persons in her dreams, and those big persons were trying to press in her neck, and she also saw snakes in her dreams. So these were the dream theme of the patient. Now next, very important, we will talk about the mental generals of the patient. So she told me that mentally she was highly stressed and she was angry when uncontrollable anger occurs. Patient told me that whenever she is feeling aggressive or she is feeling angry, so she want to give a tight slap to that person who is making her angry or making her aggressive. And she told me that she likes to live alone, and she was worried about her future, and she was also having memory loss problem. And if we talk about the fears of the patient, so she thinks that her husband takes drugs, so he may lose her husband. And she was also worried about his husband's current condition, and she thinks that her husband don't understand her at all. And she was also worried about her husband. She told me that her husband was not loyal to her at all. Whenever she got angry, so she started to abuse the person next to him, and she became highly aggressive, and she was highly confused, irritable. She wanted to cry if anyone put blames on her. She was very much worried about her health, especially about the PCOD. She was worried about the health, that she will never conceive in future, she won't be having babies. And she was having utmost desire to complete her family, and she wanted to have a baby. And she told me that she was not satisfied with her life. So these were the mental generals, or you can say the mental theme of the patient. Now next was menstrual history. So when we took the menstrual history of the patient, so we found that her menses begins at the age of 15 years. When she was 15 years old, then her menses started for the first time. That is highly late. And she told me that from April 2019 onwards, she had no menstrual cycle. Her menses were abrupt. That simply means she had amenorrhea. And when we asked about the last menstrual period of the lady, she told me that her last menstrual period was on 25th of March 2019, and 32 days cycle and bleeding for 5 days if menses occur, and the color of the blood was very dark. She told me that color of her blood was blackish reddish in color, and she usually had spotting. And she told me that she also had a small clot, and a rotten smell comes from her menses. That's just like dead mouse. And whenever her menses commences, so along with menses, she was having problems like vomiting, diarrhea. Before menses, leukorrhea begins to occur, and the color of the leukorrhea was creamy in color. And while she was on her menses, she was having dysmenorrhea. That simply means she was having too much pain in her body. She was having nausea, and she usually faint, and she has too much weakness in her body. And she also told me that she had burning in her abdomen and burning in the urine during menstrual cycles. So this was the menstrual history of the lady. And as you can see here on the screen, this is the ultrasonography report of the patient when she came to me on 5th of July 2019. So you can clearly see here the report, the pathology report. You can see here her endometrium thickness was 5.9 mm, and her right ovary was having 17 cc with multiple small follicles, and in the left ovary you can see 8.2 cc and with few small follicles. And it's clearly indicate that she is having PCOS, that is polycystic ovarian syndrome. So after the thorough analysis of the case, after making a totality of the symptoms, so we prescribed Cilicia 30, that is a choice of the remedy. So we advise the patient to take Cilicia 30 in 3 doses at an interval of 2 hours. And along with that, we also prescribed Apis 30, that is BDS, for approximately 15 days. So this was the choice of the remedy. So after that, patient came to me on 21st of December on 2020. After that, patient came to me on 21st of December 2020 with her ultrasonography reports. And this is the ultrasonography report of the patient. In this report, you can see here there is a change in the left and the right ovary cyst. And the left ovary cyst become 11.8 cc and the right ovary cyst become 16.3 cc. So we have make certain improvement in this case. And after that, I have again prescribed her Apis mellificine 30 potency. Patient came to me on 19th of February 2021, and at that time she was feeling good than ever before, and she was absolutely happy that her menses becomes regular. Then what I do, I just prescribe Apis in 30 potency again. And after that, patient came to me on 16th of April 2022. At that time, approximately 70% case was cured because her left ovary cyst resolved completely and it became absolutely normal. But her right ovary was again having 11.8 cc. So for that, we again prescribed Cilicia 30. You can see the reports. And the patient came to me on 16th of April 2021. You can see here left ovary cyst is completely resolved, and in the right ovary we still have 11.8 cc cyst. So we have achieved 70% of improvement. So after that, I have prescribed her Cilicia 30. Then again she came to me on 20th of June 2021. So at that time we again have achieved a lot, that is 85% of cure has been taken place, and her left ovary was 4 in size. Then we prescribed her PLO in 30 potency. And when she came to me on 15th of August 2021, at that time her both the ovaries were normal in size. They were the ovaries, and both the ovaries were absolutely normal in size with no cyst in them at all. And the patient was very happy at that time when both the ovaries become absolutely normal in their size, in their position, and when they have no cyst inside them. Okay, so this was a cured case of the PCOS, which I have explained in this video. So if you are also suffering from the same disease or any other disease, then you can contact us on the screen. We have provided a picture, we have given our contact number, so you can contact us if you have PCOD or any other diseases. So that's all for today. See you guys in our next video. Till then, stay connected with us for more videos like this. Don't forget to subscribe and comment below, and yes, press the bell icon for more updates. Stay safe and stay healthy, and yes, thanks for watching this video.